One of the things I find when you talk to young women is they're often very confused by young men who are so prissy about asking them out as if they're attracted to them that they're not quite sure. Like I think he asked me on a date, but I'm not sure. He said it was just coffee. So it was like he asked me on a date at the same time. He said, but it's not really a date.
Right.
Right. So I think some young men just, their confusion is that they've been told, or what they've heard is that to respect a woman is not to think of her as a potential erotic partner. But of course they think of her as an erotic partner. She's attractive. Well, that's an impossible place to be. Right. And you've got to be willing to run the risk of elevating your erotic attraction into an attraction to the whole person. That's part of what becoming a couple would be.
Right.
Do I think some form of advice is useful here? You kind of start up, I think, well, what do you say? I'm more story-based, I would say, than I'm argument-based in this regard. I try to describe a potential future about how approaching a woman because you find her attractive, how that becomes a kind of love story. A lot of love stories have kind of unhappy endings. Just listen to the songs. But it only takes one happy ending.
Right. To make it worthwhile.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like that helps young men to take the first step. And if they take the first step, you often don't have to give them much more advice about any more steps, because they'll find a woman who thinks, it's actually kind of nice that a young man said something clear enough. I knew what he was talking about.
Right.
At Notre Dame, and I've said this to students too, the murkiest interactions between men and women are among theology majors because they've embedded a certain kind of Catholicism as niceness picture, and man, then the likelihood that the women are going to find the men confusingly being interested but withholding their interest as if that is the way to stay dignified.
Right.
Dignity is one of the things that I talk about in my book, in Plato's Bedroom. I focus on it in the chapter that's on Thomas Mann's Death in Venice. Wanting to be somebody's sexual partner is not essentially a dignified thing. Of course, it can be elevated into the marriage relationship. But if you're trying always to hold on to your own dignity by treating somebody else with so much dignity that that person can't be acknowledged as sexually attractive to you, now dignity has become a blockage of something human rather than an expression of something human.